You are now live, it says. Oh, the clock, 5 minutes. Oh, no, we don't want 5 minutes. I changed it. Angelika. Hello, Angelika. I changed it for something else and I haven't changed it back. So when it gets down to 4 minutes, we'll go live.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're watching us live on Facebook, hello. If you're in Ask Angelika, hello. If you're watching on Twitch, hello. And there's somewhere else I'm going to as well. I'm not sure where that is. Okay, and not my profile, of course. Okay, so
and if you're seeing the timer, don't worry.
No, we'll be here quicker than that. I'll stop the timer and then we'll come on screen. So we'll be with you in. You want to count down with us?
3. Oh, 2. Oh,
right. Can you? Oh, try Ein. You can see it faster than I can. So we'll stop that and we'll go here. And
that's it.
let's remove the clock. If I can get to the clock, remove the countdown clock. Remove. Well, let's go this way. Hello.
Hello. What happened to the background?
It's changed.
Yeah. Okay.
It's changed. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Stephen. Right. Hello, everybody.
Welcome to the show. And this is Ask Angelika, Practical German for a Visit to a Cafe, Season 5, Episode 3. If you're watching live, thank you. Angelika, would you like to explain?
Well, today we're looking at some basic vocabulary, so some basic words and phrases or sentences even for a visit to a cafe in Germany. And the phrases are pretty basic, but as you know, as your German improves, you can always add on to it or find other things. So obviously, in a short video show, we can't cover everything that somebody might say in a cafe, but you will get the basic phrases and you can build up onto it yourself.
Totally. Now, I'm going to get the phrase in German, which I'll read out. Angelika will correct my pronunciation, and then we will do the translation into English. And this time it is straightforward. As Angelika said, the sentences are more recognizable, and there are no, well, let's just make a start. So, phrase 1, I'll take that card off so that we're side by side. And I'll go to this side because I'm normally on this side, aren't I? So, okay, same procedure as last time. Hallo, ich möchte bestellen.
Yeah, hallo, ich möchte bestellen.
Okay, so the first thing you do when you go into a cafe is say, hello, I'd like to order.
Well, it's not necessarily the first thing. It's that sentence I've put in just in case you're sitting in a cafe and you're sitting and nobody turns up to get your order. And the reason why it says hallo is because it used to be Herr Ober if it was a waiter, or Fräulein if it was the waitress. But the Fräulein, the miss, really is pretty frowned upon. So generally people, they try and get the waitresses or the waiter's attention, you know, hallo, ich möchte bestellen. And so I thought I'd put that in just in case you are going to a German cafe. It's not self-service and the waitress is, or the waiter is so busy that they somehow missed you.
Okay, now, if you read the phrases with me, we can't hear you. You can practice your pronunciation. So we've been asked, want to order? And the reply comes, was kann ich Ihnen bringen?
Yeah, that would be what the waitress or the waiter might say, or possibly will say, when they come to your table, was kann ich Ihnen bringen?
Right, now the first thing to notice is the quotation marks are upside down. Well, different, because this is, when you write it down, you have to use this set of quotation marks, yeah?
It is, yes. At the beginning of a direct speech, the quotation mark is at the bottom rather than at the top. I have only added it to, there are 3 sentences that the waitress or the waiter may say. So to distinguish them from the sentences that you could be saying, I've put them in the quotation marks.
Okay. And what can I get you?
That's it. Yeah.
So the English translation is, what can I get you? And because why Ihnen and not dear or?
Because, well, they don't know you.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, it's they generally, you might, well, if they know you and you're friends, if it's a cafe you've been all the time, then they might say, then they're probably saying, was kann ich dir bringen? Also, there are cafes sometimes now where things are a bit easygoing. I don't know if you remember, Stephen, when we were in Berlin, there was one cafe. I can't remember what it was. It was some sort of something with internet as well, but it wasn't an internet cafe. It was a proper cafe. They were all very easygoing, and they used du or dear if this was a question for everybody, no matter how old you were or whether they knew us or not. But most of the times in a cafe, the waitress or the waiter will not know you, and they use the formal you.
And the reply comes, ich möchte.
Yeah, no, this is the start. And I've just noticed you're frozen. You're speaking, and I don't see any movement.
Frozen.
Yeah.
Okay. Whilst I unfreeze myself, could you explain ich möchte?
Yeah.
As opposed to ich mag.
Yeah. Ich möchte means I would like. And I've only put it down as a starter because you may want to say, I would like a blah, blah, blah. But obviously, lots of times we don't actually say it. Just like in English, yeah. If the waitress comes up, what can I get you? You wouldn't say, I would like a coffee. You just say, coffee, please. But ich möchte is also very useful because, of course, you can use that anywhere. If you're standing at a counter in a little corner shop and you're asking for bread or anything, ich möchte ein Brot. So ich möchte is extremely, oh, I didn't switch my phone off. Whoops.
Whilst Angelika's switching her phone off,
that's never happened before. There we are.
Say hello to Chris, and Chris is saying hello from Belgium. Stephen and Angelika, and a happy New Year.
Yes, happy New Year. Frohes neues Jahr, Chris.
Frohe neues Jahr, Chris. Happy New Year, Chris. Thank you for joining us. Okay, and just in case you've missed it, this is Ask Angelika, Practical German for a visit to a cafe, and this is season 5, episode 3. And we've got something, well, I might hint that we have something later in this broadcast, which we've not done before. And we're not nervous about it at all. Ich möchte, which means I would like.
Yeah. And I've only added it once as a sort of a starter phrase, but I haven't put it onto every sentence now because we don't really want that, do we?
I don't know.
No.
Ich möchte einen Kaffee, bitte.
Yeah. Or you can leave the ich möchte out and just say einen Kaffee, bitte.
Okay, einen Kaffee, bitte, which is a coffee, please. Now, we're not going to go into different varieties of coffee, are we? We're not going to flat whites.
But we are going a little bit into different quantities. Okay.
So phrase 5 is eine Tasse Kaffee, bitte. So we've done that, and a cup of coffee. And now we're going to go
now
on.
the cup of coffee.
Oh, right, okay.
Earlier on, we just said a coffee, please. That always assumes it's a coffee. Is a cup, but sometimes you may actually say a cup of coffee, please.
Okay. Phrase 6 caught me out there. Eine Kännchen Kaffee, bitte.
Ein Kännchen Kaffee, yeah.
All right. And a Kännchen is? Was ist? I can tell you, but right. So rather than a cup of coffee, we would like a pot of coffee.
A pot of coffee, yeah.
Please, bitte. Now you're saying, please. You're being very polite. Is that normal?
Yeah, I think You probably get away without it as well, but
Right.
often people do. Yes, so einen Kaffee bitte, or whatever else.
Okay. Phrase 7. Ein Tee, ein Tasse Tee, ein Kännchen Tee.
Yeah. No. So the same applies to tea.
Yeah.
Okay, and I just wanted to have all three of these on there again to just show, because the gender of Tee, Tasse, and Kännchen is different. So it's der Tee, and earlier on it was der Kaffee. So it's einen Tee, it's die Tasse, so therefore it's eine Tasse Tee, and it's das Kännchen, so ein Kännchen Tee.
Whereas in English, we can just go.
Tea.
We don't need gender. Tea, a cup of tea, or a pot of tea.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yes. Next phrase, which is phrase 8. Einen Kaffee mit, ohne, Milch und Zucker.
I've put it all in one sentence. So einen Kaffee mit Milch und Zucker, or einen Kaffee ohne Milch und Zucker, or of course you might say einen Kaffee mit Milch, ohne Zucker.
You could, yeah, but okay. So coffee.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Coffee with or without milk and sugar, or with sugar or without milk, or whichever way around you want.
Whichever way you need, exactly. Now, actually, a lot of the restaurants, you actually just get milk and sugar on you. It comes on a tray. So you've got your cup of coffee there, and then you've got your separate milk and sugar, and you just take what you want. But sometimes they may ask you. So it's good to know. And of course, after I've written this now, I'm just thinking people who have any dietary restrictions and they want extra special milk, they may need to look that up first. But that would just, I'm just thinking of almond milk. So that would be Mandelmilch. So whatever milk you want, Sojamilch, you just find out what that word is in German and put it in front of the word Milch.
Okay. So a coffee with or without milk and sugar. The next phrase. Zu essen.
Yeah, which is what the waitress might ask you, because it's a cafe.
Well, yeah, it's got this drink and food. So what would you like to eat? And to eat.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, these are all building blocks. We're being straightforward here. So next phrase.
If you recognize the word essen or anything in there, even if the waitress may actually say something a lot longer. I mean, often it's the same as in English. Yeah, we try to say things as short as possible. Yeah, what can I get you? Okay, da da da. Oh, and to eat? Yeah. Of course, the waitress might say, would you like something to eat as well? But if we were trying to cover every possible scenario, we'll still be here next week.
Okay. Okay. Phrase 10. Ein Stück Kuchen.
Ein Stück Kuchen.
Stück Kuchen.
Ein Stück Kuchen. This is again very basic. This just means a piece of cake.
Yep.
And on the next slide, I'll give you some choices of cake, because again, the same as with when I mentioned about the milk. Look at the cakes. They all end with Kuchen, and they just have something in front of it.
I'm getting hungry now. I wish we bought cake earlier. Apfelkuchen, Pflaumenkuchen, Erdbeerkuchen.
Okay, so these are some fruit cakes. What are they?
I know the first one, definitely apple cake.
Yeah.
Pflaumen, I don't know. Erdbeer is strawberry.
Yeah, so apple cake, plum cake.
Ah.
And strawberry cake.
All three, really.
Yeah, there's some more in a minute.
Apple cake, plum cake, strawberry cake, or cheesecake.
Oh, I forgot to delete that one. That's on the next slide.
It's to me. All right,
the cheesecake shouldn't be there.
Cheesecake is not there. You can't see it. Okay, next slide. Käsekuchen, Streuselkuchen, Marmorkuchen.
Marmorkuchen. These are all pretty well-known cakes in Germany. And you know the first one now because you've just seen it on the slide.
We've actually got one for the weekend. It's cheesecake.
Yeah.
Okay. Streusel, I don't know.
Streusels are streusel are crumbs, so it's a crumb cake which has got a nice layer of crumbs on top.
Okay, and I don't know Marmorkuchen either.
Marmor. It's similar to English. It's a marble cake. You know the two color ones?
Yeah, I do. I go with that. I'll not. Right. Okay. Phrase 13.
I added one more cake.
A minute. Mistake.
Ooh, I've added one more because everybody knows it. I don't actually like it very much, but it is very, very well known.
It is. It's very 60s and 70s, is this? Whenever you went out for a meal, you had scampi in a basket, followed by Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte.
And that was in England, you mean?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte.
Yeah. Scampi and chips in a basket, followed by Black Forest Gatto. That was a standard.
Okay.
That was a standard evening out in a club. So Black Forest Gatto.
Exactly.
Okay. Next phrase. Mit Sahne.
You probably don't want that phrase with the Black Forest Gatto because that's already full of cream. But the other ones, Apfelkuchen mit Sahne, Pflaumenkuchen mit Sahne, Erdbeerkuchen mit Sahne, they're all very, very nice with a little dollop of cream.
And it's Chris's favourite. So
yeah. Wow.
What
is that? The Black Forest Gatto?
Oh yeah, that's the Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte. Okay. So with cream was mit Sahne. And the last phrase today, I think, is Kommt, sofort.
Kommt, sofort. Sort of
sofort.
Kommt, sofort. Which is just as weird, really, as the English one. Coming up. This is, again, what the waitress might say. She's been writing down your order, and then she says, Kommt, sofort, and off she goes. Or he.
Okay. Now,
and that's my cue. I'm going to excuse myself for a minute.
Normally, that would bring us back to phrase 1. Okay. And we'd repeat the phrases. But this time, we're doing something a little different. Hallo, ich möchte bestellen.
Was kann ich Ihnen bringen?
Ein Kaffee, bitte.
Ein Kaffee. Ist das mit Milch und Zucker?
Ja, das ist gut.
Und zu essen?
Ich möchte ein Sandwich.
Ein Sandwich?
Ja.
Okay.
Mit Käse.
Mit Käse, ein Käsesandwich, okay. Kein Käsekuchen?
Ja. Was haben Sie heute?
Oh, wir haben einen sehr leckeren Käsekuchen.
Welcher?
Käsekuchen.
Oh, Käse. Ja. Ich möchte Käsekuchen dann. Okay. Und?
Oh.
Ein Glas Wasser, bitte.
Ein Glas Wasser. Okay. Kommt sofort.
Ja. So there you have the actual practical application of the knowledge we just learnt. Rather than rereading the sentences, I just need to press a button. That was our first role-playing session. We can hear Angelika on her way back. And we thought basically what we'd do, as you know by now, is we'd just put it into the real world situation. Yeah?
Although my guess is we're probably better not apply ever for a job as a waiter or waitress.
I don't know. What was my order?
Your order was you wanted a coffee with milk and sugar, and then you wanted a cheese sandwich, and I persuaded you to have a cheesecake as well. Oh yeah, and the glass of water. Yes, well done.
Well done. I think Chris was questioning why I wanted the glass of water. I've been out for a long walk, Chris. I need to rehydrate. Yeah. Okay. Now, would you like to talk about? Hopefully, this will work. This. I've got to put it full screen.
Oh, I posted that yesterday. Yes, just a reminder. about my planner, which is a 52-week diary for German learners. It's undated, so if you didn't start on the 1st of January, it doesn't matter. You can start any time you like. And it's just really for those people who are teaching themselves, or even if they're not teaching themselves, if they want to keep track of their learning, because they have, for every week, they have 2 pages where they can write down, on the first page, they can write down either what they intend to do or what they have done, if whichever way is what they're planning. And on the second page, they can do some reflection as well, ready for the next week. And there's a very small monthly planner as well, where you could just sort of plan maybe your topics, you know, January this, February that, March that.
Brilliant. And if you want to know more, then you can click the link that's on Angelika's page at the moment, and that will take you directly to, via a Genius link, to Amazon to find out more about it.
Yes, and that takes you to your Amazon, wherever you are.
Very good.
The Genius link takes you to, so if I click on it, it takes me to the .co.uk. If you're in America, it takes you to .com.
Excellent. Okay. We'll pick a different product when you put them on your page on a Friday, we'll put them in the show on that Friday, and the link will get posted out. Okay, so we're back to where we were. So
yes, I fancy a piece of cake now. A coffee and cake, yeah, cheesecake, or actually, I wouldn't mind something I haven't had for a long time is Pflaumenkuchen mit Sahne.
Okay, and then we can look that up, Chris. You don't need to, but I do. So I'm going to go down here and plum cake.
It was, yes, it was a plum cake with cream. Very nice.
Mint Sahne. Where's Mint Sahne's there?
That was further down.
Okay.
There we are.
Yeah.
So ein Kaffee mit Milch, ohne Zucker und ein Stück Pflaumenkuchen mit Sahne. And I'll be happy.
Okay. Now we're going to watch the replay with interest to see how our role play went and whether we need to do anything about it. Angelika, it's over to you.
Yeah, well, that was the practical German for a visit to a cafe. We'll be back in 2 weeks, which is the 20th of January, with some practical vocabulary for something else. Not food related. So
all right, totally different.
The food away.
We're doing typical activities that you do every day in Germany.
Exactly.
Yeah, having a bit of fun at the same time. So, Chris, thank you for the comments and for the questions. We'll see you all in 2 weeks. Goodbye for now.
Tschüss von mir.
Und tschüss von mir. Okay, we're out. 3, 2.